Hi, Anime fans. In this video, we're going to dive into the storyline of the anime titled One Piece Fan Letter, an anime movie filled with deep emotions and adventure. In this movie, Luffy and the Straw Hat crew receive a mysterious letter that leads to a new adventure, where they must face unexpected challenges and dig deeper into the characters' hopes and dreams. This movie is not just about action, but also about friendship, sacrifice, and unforgettable memories. Get ready for an exciting journey. Let's get started. This exciting story begins with a chaotic situation due to the competition between pirates for the treasure of the legendary pirate, Val D. Roger. However, there are more ordinary people who don't want to become pirates or chase One Piece. Later, a young girl was seen writing a letter to Nami. She admired Nami for being smart and agile, unlike other pirates. The girl was preparing to send a letter to Nami. However, a woman came and asked her to deliver the goods. The girl refused and eventually managed to escape. Elsewhere, the Navy was fighting pirates. A man saw his Navy brother stuck on a cliff. The younger brother, who had a higher rank, rescued him and told the man to do better. When the shaking occurred, the younger brother saw Dracula Mihawk on the cliff. In a bar, several people were seen talking about pirates. One claimed to have seen Dracula Mihawk with his own eyes, but another man said that it was probably Vista, the sword flower. Another man said that the best swordsman was Roronoa Zoro. However, the debate is back on whether Zoro is actually dead or alive. In a bookstore, two children are also seen arguing about whether Frankie, the robot man, is alive or dead. A woman at the bookstore is angry that the two children read the monthly magazine before paying for it. 2 years have passed, but no one knows the answer. But now Frankie is said to have been found. The woman chose to close the magazine because she felt that no one would buy such a magazine. Meanwhile, the little girl seemed to be going somewhere to hand over the letter she had written to Nami earlier. She was even ready with a secret plan of 3 days and 2 nights. She concluded that the key to the truth was actually hidden in the bell that Luffy rang. The Straw Hat group would gather on Sabaody Island on that day, so he would go to the harbor to meet them and hand over the letter. However, she was surprised to see that the place was already crowded. The girl, who wanted to find an alternative, was accidentally pushed into the crowd. At the bar, the debate was still going on from the fans. One of them was convinced that Zoro was still alive. However, 2 of his other colleagues made fun of and even laughed at Zoro. This made Zoro, who was there, angry and hit them both. At the Navy headquarters, the captain known as the King of the Waves gave the Navy members an envelope containing the key to maintaining security in Xiangbo. He had to deliver it safely to its destination. Outside, some of the Navy members were talking about the greatness of King Ombak. Little did they know, the Ombak King idolized Chopper. He then got a call asking about the key to unlocking a new weapon against the pirates. The caller was very confident that they could defeat the pirates from Dupa using the tool. However, King Ombak was still very curious about where Chopper was. Unexpectedly, Chopper appeared in a bookstore while being impressed by Frankie's edition of the magazine. On the other hand, the little girl was still running to find another way. That's when she saw the Navy brother who turned out to be the owner of the vegetable shop. The girl hid, but apparently the letter she had prepared fell and was taken by the Navy brother instead. As soon as she was about to pick it up, her hand was stepped on by another Navy member. He was even insulted by saying that the stone on the side of the road was more suitable to be in the shadow. The girl picked up her things sadly. Usopp picked up the paper containing the girl's plan to return it. However, the girl was discouraged because her letter had been taken by the Navy. Usopp claimed to have seen the Navy entering a bar. The girl finally entered there despite being kicked out by the bar owner. Everyone was still arguing about which pirate should be named the strongest swordsman. That's when Sanji shows up and says that his name is also worthy of the juxtaposition. But everyone laughed, saying that Sanji is no better than Zoro. Sanji left after making sure to hit everyone. It was then that the girl slipped under the table to retrieve her mail in the bag belonging to the Navy brother. However, instead of taking hers, she picked up the key to unlocking a new weapon. Just as she was about to exchange it, Navy brother came over to ask about her work. Then the men asked who he thought was the strongest. The younger brother said that for the older brother, it was Luffy, the Straw Hat. The older brother was angry that everyone seemed to be supporting the pirates. The younger brother asked everyone to understand that the older brother was too rigid, which made him not yet promoted. That made everyone laugh. However, the older brother had a reason to secretly admire Luffy, because it turned out that he and his sister had been rescued during the Battle of Marineford. Since childhood, the older brother was always considered not too smart, which made him hate his own younger brother. However, during the Battle of Marineford, the older brother was trapped, and the arrival of Luffy's ship freed him. After that, he heard the screams of his trapped sister and thought about just leaving her behind. That's when Luffy appeared, and the younger brother asked him to run. Finally, the older brother returned to save his sister. The elder brother felt that there were so many things that happened during the Battle of Marineford. He hoped that his presence could be the reason someone's life changed, just like what Luffy had done for him. Thanks to Luffy, he could still see his sister, while Luffy himself had to lose Ace in front of him. The older brother was eager to know what really happened to Luffy. Suddenly, reports were heard about the discovery of Luffy, who was rumored to be part of the new team in GR46. The little girl, who also heard, immediately came to the location, but it turned out to be all fake. There was a battle between pirates and the Navy. The girl was caught in between. On the other hand, the bookstore keeper was frustrated because he failed to see the last tour of Soul King. That's when the two little kids appeared to invite him to go together. Meanwhile, the little girl ran, and that's when Luffy appeared to attack the pirates. At the naval office, the order to turn on the new weapon finally appeared. The major assured that the weapon could affect the ecosystem. The chief didn't care and wanted the major to sink the ship. King Ombak certainly couldn't imagine Chopper's ship being destroyed, so he immediately followed the location. On the other hand, the two little kids convinced the bookstore keeper that he could meet Soul King if he came to the venue. Meanwhile, the little girl met a Navy brother. A colleague said that Rayleigh appeared, so they had to take a circuitous path to get to 42. The little girl immediately made a deal. She could bring the brother to the place within 10 minutes so that the brother could catch Luffy. However, the brother didn't accept the offer right away and instead asked the girl to go home. The two were still arguing when a giant insect appeared and they entered the bookstore. The little girl still insists on meeting Nami, but the Navy brother reminds her that it's dangerous to meet a pirate. The girl said that Nami changed her life. She previously felt helpless, but thanks to Nami, she was able to discover her potential. At that time, the Navy brother immediately said that the girl couldn't meet Nami, but could at least see her from afar. He would also lead the path to the Navy so that they could catch Luffy. They left through the back door. On the other hand, Navy sister gave the news that Luffy appeared riding a giant bird. The Navy brother carried the girl while running. The girl realized that the man had also changed because of the war. As soon as the brother fell, the girl immediately went alone until she saw Luffy's ship. However, she was quickly caught by a Navy man. She immediately reported that the bully was caught too late. The Navy assured that he would sink Luffy. Hearing that, of course the girl rebelled. The Navy dropped the girl's body to the ground. After that, the sound of cannon fire was heard and then the ship sank. The little girl could only cry because she could only see, without being able to give her letter to Nami. At that moment, she saw the Navy brother coming with her letter and the security key. The bookstore keeper suddenly came to attack the Navy. The girl managed to escape and grabbed one of the envelopes. She ran to avoid the pursuit of the Navy, who thought that the security key was on her. With his great love for Nami, he ran to the end of the ship and tore the envelope. At that moment, she heard Luffy's voice calling for departure. The girl could finally see Nami on the oncoming ship. The Navy could no longer fire at Luffy's ship, which was out of range. The girl was blamed, but apparently what she tore was her own letter. While the key was still in the Navy sister's bag, the girl confessed that she came to get a fan letter that she wanted to give to a very important person.
射程距離範囲外です。貴様、なんてこと。まあまあ子供の。
And that, my friends, is the One Piece storyline, Fan Letter. With all the emotions and challenges faced by Luffy and his friends, this movie truly touches the heart and shows how important the bond of friendship is. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video, and keep exploring the world of anime with us.